Hey everybody, I'm Cheryl Swift, the Duchess of Rock and Roll. I'm here tonight with Ray Scott.
The Duchess.
The Duchess and the King.
I'm the Dutch.
Oh, are you the Dutch or the Duke?
Well, whatever. I'll
We'll
be whatever you want me to be.
Oh.
Shirley, baby.
Shirley. This could go off the rails at any moment.
It's gonna go off the rails.
So, it's so funny. I've known your music for some time, but a few weeks ago, my buddy, Bobby Rains, was playing you on his Thursday night radio show.
Bobby's a great guy.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I love Bobby Rains.
Me too.
Appropriately.
Yeah.
Appropriately.
Well, I love him inappropriately. Bobby, you wait for me, buddy. I'll see you down south real soon.
Oh, Ray Scott. And so Ray and I happened to be online at the same time and realized that he was going to be in town. And Bobby's like, you should interview Ray. And Ray said, yes, you should. And then I got a message, or I sent you a message, one way or the other. And here we are a couple weeks later in St. Louis. We're outside of St. Louis in Chesterfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
Just played a great show at the amphitheater. Is it not gorgeous here?
This is one of the nicest places I've ever played. Anybody out there, any of your artists, if you get an opportunity, do this. It's really good.
And tonight was, I don't remember the last time we had a nice night like this in St. Louis,
No,
where
I mean,
it's a little bit, there's a little chill in the air.
A little bit. I mean, it's August, and I had a little stiff nip going on there. I mean, it was pretty awesome.
Oh, this interview is occurring after the show,
Yes.
and we're both sober.
Yes, we are.
This is vitamin water and ginger ale.
Life. It's just life.
It's just life. So you've been at this country music game for a long time, Ray Scott. How many years have you been in the game?
Well, I mean, I've been in Nashville over 20 years, but I've been there, I live there, but I'm not really Nashville. I did have a major label deal with Warner, and I had a single go top 40 like 12 years ago.
Right.
But, it was just, I was kind of this sort of retro, traditional thing that they didn't really know what exactly to do with. And, after they kind of gave me plenty of rope to hang myself with on the first album, and so I commenced to doing so.
Yes.
But no, they let me do what I wanted to do. And for that, I credit them, and I appreciate them for that. We had a top 40, and we met a lot of resistance with some of mainstream radio, and some of them gave me all the love in the world, and because the single we picked, that I picked, was pretty polarizing, and I kind of liked it.
Now, which song was that hit the top 40?
It was My Kind of Music.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was the title track, and,
Great song.
thank you. And it's, it's one of those that still, to this day, after all these years, people still know it, and it's pretty cool. It's a thrill, to have so many people yell out that last line.
Yes.
I tell people it feels really good to hear so many people yell out, "Kiss my ass" to me.
Right.
It's different than when your wife does it.
Right. There's different contexts, and tonight you did very well because there are little kids in the crowd, so you let the crowd do the feedback. Do you always let the crowd? You did at the Opry too?
Yeah, they do. The crowd yells it out at the Opry. I always say, "You guys said it. I didn't say it."
Yes. There's a couple bands that I follow that have the fans make up their own little part, and they're always like, "Okay, you guys sing it," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm not singing that."
After a while, you kind of, venue to venue, you kind of figure out how much
leeway you have,
how much you can push it, and because I have a tendency to get a little on the not necessarily the blue side of things, but we have a good time, and I might tell an off-color joke or story.
You did really good tonight.
Yeah, and I saw the kids out there, so
yes. It was not a honky-tonk crowd this evening.
No, it was not. It was it
was not a honky-tonk. We'll just go with it's not a honky-tonk crowd.
Yeah, there were some senior moments. No.
I'm gonna change the subject.
Okay. Can you edit that? Can you edit this?
Can we edit? I am so not editing that. I will not edit that. So I hear there's so we're up to 6 albums.
Yeah. So five albums and
an EP.
EP. Yeah. So.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And you played the Opry. What was that like?
Oh man, it's always cool. I think my last trip was number 68. So that's.
You've played the Opry 68.
Yeah. I've been really blessed in that sense. I mean.
I did not know
Yeah, I started out, we played it years ago when I got started out. For a while, I sort of, I guess I disappeared underground, for a bit. Spent a lot of time in Europe playing. But when I got some love from XM, Sirius.
Thank you,
Thank
Sirius,
you.
for playing Outlaw
Thank you, John Marks,
and Real
too,
Country, and
yeah,
for promoting
exactly.
artists that not everybody gets to know about in mainstream.
Yeah, so so I got some love there, and in between those times, I wasn't really kind of even. Folks didn't even know I was around for a while there, but after getting some love there, I think we got some more momentum again, and so folks out there were like, yeah, come play some more. And so we, between what I did in the early days and what I have done here in the last 3-4 years, we've accumulated quite a few visits, and that's been one of the biggest thrills and honors that I've ever had. So.
Yes. Well, I always love it too, because you're a pretty well-known songwriter in the world of country music.
Well, maybe not for all the right reasons. But no, I mean, I've just been at it for a while.
Yes.
I think I've sort of survived through 2 or 3 different generations
Yes.
of them that have come out in the last 15 years maybe. So
Yes, and as I've learned through the power of social media, we have many, many friends
it's a
in common.
beautiful thing.
Social
It's a
media
beautiful
can
thing.
be a great thing
Yeah,
or a disastrous thing.
Yeah.
People have to use it wisely.
I'm not going to say anything.
But I think it's great. I'm not going to plead the fifth. But we have some mutual friends like Travis Meadows and Ashley McBride and Nicole Witt. And
Nicole, I tell you, I've known Nicole. I don't know Nicole well, but I've known her for a long time, and we've been around for a while. We've kind of known a lot of the songwriting. I mean, me and Nicole and I have probably seen 2 or 3 different trends come and go in
Right.
the country music business. And to see her out there with Farewell Angelina, I was a label mate with Lauren Lucas too at Warner. She and I were signed
I did not
at the
know
same
that.
time. So to see them doing what they're doing and the other two,
Andrea
and Lisa,
and Lisa Torres.
They are all such talented musicians and vocalists. And I did a little show with them in Asheville a few months ago,
Yes.
and I was just really impressed with what they do. And they're the way their harmonies. They're sticklers for it. They work on it. You can tell. And I want to get my guys to watch them.
Right?
Yeah.
I am blessed to call those ladies my friends.
Yeah.
I love them very much. Andrea being from St. Louis.
Oh, is she from?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So,
you can't.
but now
be
she's
perfect.
a Nashvilleite. Hey, he didn't mean that. But those harmonies,
Yeah,
seriously.
they're pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Shout out to my girls, Farewell Angelina out
Yeah.
there.
I want
So,
to ask them where they got the name, though. That's one thing I don't.
I've interviewed them, and I'm not
They-
sure
they
I
know
asked
what-
that question.
What
I have failed.
Where are your journalism skills? What's going on here?
I'm not really a journalist. I'm a music lover who does a music blog
Yeah,
with
that's
people
true.
that I love.
Well, I forget a lot of shit.
I forget
to
what
say
day it is.
Certain things in my show that I should say.
Me too.
Uh,
I just called them my girls, and I probably shouldn't have called them my girls.
they're everybody's girl.
They're everybody. They're all the girls in the world. There's a song.
I had a song years ago called "Everybody's Girlfriend," but that was a different.
That
thing.
was a different.
Yeah.
That's a subject we're not covering tonight. So
No.
anyway,
Yeah.
so lovely new wife.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's gorgeous.
She is.
You won
It's-
the lottery.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you. I outkicked my. It's funny. I got a wedding gift. I got like these tumblers, these Yeti tumblers,
Mhm.
and there was one that said I outkicked my coverage, and it had my wedding date. But so yeah, I definitely did. And she's a.
I hear she's handy. I heard a little story today that she's pretty handy.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. We bought this house up on the lake in Hendersonville, and
Oh, I know Hendersonville.
yeah, and it's kind of it was a fixer upper. It was an older house built in the '70s. Had good bones. I knew that I wouldn't be around much, and I just wasn't. I wasn't excited, to be honest with you, about a project.
Right,
because
you're
I
like,
just didn't.
yeah, no, I'm on the
in
road.
yeah,
I play
I'm
the
in
road.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. I don't want to get out there and sweat. The reason I got into music is because when I was a kid, I realized I was I was allergic to two things: penicillin and manual labor. So, so anyway, but she is pretty amazing. I mean, she can do anything. If she doesn't know how to do it, she gets on YouTube and figures it out in about 20 minutes.
Wow.
So
Score.
she has laid flooring. She has, she put in an entire bathroom. I mean, she installed a tub herself.
I'm impressed by
Laid
you.
tile. She's.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow. I am so not that person.
I'm so not that person either. It's pretty amazing to see the stuff that she does. I mean, it's like every time I leave, I come back and there's something new, different.
Shazam. And she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I did right.
Ray Scott won the
won the
lottery.
You can stir up bad karma for years and end up where I am, people. Don't worry about it.
Like, there's redemption and grace somewhere in that story.
Yeah, there is, and I don't know where the hell it is, but it's in there. It's so I'm a lucky guy.
Yes.
You know, I mean, to get another chance, to just to be happy with somebody who's just as kooky as
Yes.
I am.
I hope to meet her.
It's a good thing. I mean, Stacy really knows her way around the hammer. Now, that can be a good thing right up until she's pissed.
Yes, I don't want to ever make Stacy mad because she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she's
Stacy,
she's good with a wrench.
you apparently are one kick-ass lady.
Yeah.
I hope to meet you someday.
I tell people that all the time. She rolls her, it's like I was saying a while ago, so I think she rolls her eyes so much that she can check out her own ass, while she's doing it.
She's just looking down and looking around.
Yeah.
So the other thing I noticed tonight that we have something in common. I didn't really know this till tonight. Is my daddy was in Vietnam too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He was in Saigon, which is now Ho Chi Minh City, and he was in the Air Force, and he worked on automobiles and things, and he is a blue collar worker and worked with the Teamsters, and he was a car mechanic my whole life. So
Awesome.
we have those parallel things. He's a very quiet man, and I love my daddy, but Vietnam does things to someone, war does things to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, my dad too is, it affected him, profoundly, I think, and but he, he always did, he always provided, and he's always been there, and I mean, hey, we all have issues one way or another, and I can't imagine, I mean, obviously, I grew up during maritime, I mean, there was never really any chance that I would even go to war because of my age group or whatever.
Right.
But so anybody who goes to, I mean, it's funny. My experiences in going to Iraq and Afghanistan the last 6-7 years to play for troops have been extremely telling and educational for me, because in meeting a lot of these soldiers, I've met numerous soldiers, one of which in Afghanistan at a FOB last trip over had just been literally released from the hospital because he was in a Humvee explosion. I think it ran over, but anyway, I mean, I think everybody in the Humvee was killed except for him. This was his company, and he lost, I want to say, an arm and part of one leg, and he's chain smoking, basically, staring off into space and telling me the story, and I mean, literally just, I mean, I could tell he's acting out whatever,
Right.
whatever emotions that are coming, and it made, long story short, I mean, it was just such a moving thing for me, and some other stories that I've heard too, and it made me understand my dad more than maybe I did before, because I was able to kind of get, a beat on what that experience might be like.
Right.
So, anyway.
Well, thank you, and special thanks to all our troops who fight for our
thank
freedom
you,
every
vets.
day. We appreciate you. On a completely different subject, I heard you like this new show out called Ozark.
Oh, that's my jam, man.
I watched it in 3 days.
I get on. Yeah, me too. I mean,
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get a Netflix endorsement or anything from Jason Bateman, but the show Ozark, wasn't it good?
It was crazy.
It was like just reeled you in and grabbed
Yeah.
you.
Well, you know what's funny is I did a little show in Atlanta a few months ago, and I was hanging out. My cousin lives in Woodstock, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
And we went to that lake and went out on his pontoon. Well, my cousin actually has his boat at that marina, and he pointed out the building across the road, which is the building where he operates the bar, with the other lady.
No way.
And he was just pointing out. He said, "Yeah, man, they're filming a Netflix show
So cool.
here," and I thought, "Well, that's cool." I didn't really have any idea it was going to be this, and I mean, this is literally my favorite series that I've seen come along in a while. I mean, everybody gets hung over from Breaking Bad, because it's like you want something new
Right.
to kind of scratch that itch,
Right.
the way that show did. And I think this show,
I think
I've only seen the first season.
There's only one
but-
season so far.
That's
we've
it.
been at 3 days.
Yeah, three days. I mean, that's what it took me. I mean, had I been home,
I might have
I
watched
would
it
have done
in a day
it
if
in
I
two,
had time. Yes.
Yeah,
It's really
I watched
good.
the first episode, and I literally watched 5 before.
Right. I
stop,
couldn't go to sleep. I was like, this is great.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a great show. So anybody out there, if you're looking for something and you haven't seen it, trust me. Trust me.
So what's next for you, Ray Scott?
Well, we'll go back to Nashville. Just BAU. Next weekend I'm doing Tennessee River Run with Daryl Worley. And,
Daryl Worley's
yeah,
amazing.
Daryl's a good friend. He's
I saw him at the Grand Ole Opry.
yeah,
The night I met the Black Lilies.
really,
Daryl
He's a-
Worley.
yeah.
Someone had passed,
Daryl and his wife Kimberly are really good people. So
and I got to be at the Opry the night. Well, I was tragically sad that someone had passed. But I'm going to mess this up. One of the Gatlin brothers came out and did a gospel song with little Jimmy Dickens before he passed. Like, it was a night, it's one of those nights where it's special, even though it was tied to a tragic event,
Yeah.
and it was just very moving.
well, we keep losing them. I mean, Glenn Campbell. I mean, the guy's like
Oh my gosh.
I mean, one of the biggest
Oh, I
talents
just
to ever.
got chills.
Yeah, I mean, the guy. I mean, one of the biggest talents to ever pick up a guitar,
Mhm.
microphone. I don't think people even realize how much he did in the music business, not just in country music, but
He was brilliant.
I mean, he was he played on a lot of that Beach Boys records.
Right.
I mean,
He was a huge influencer.
yeah,
And just having lost Merle a year and a half ago, and there's been a lot of, and as you and I are getting older, I think we're in the same age bracket. Your heroes start to go, and it's really hard.
yeah,
Merle Haggard's passing day was one of the hardest days of my adult life.
yeah. For sure. I mean, and I was fortunate enough to meet Merle. I've met Chris. I met Waylon years ago. It's funny. I happened to have his book with me when I met him. So I
With Waylon?
got him to sign it. Yeah.
I met Jesse a few months ago. I was in Nashville and was invited to the Country Music Hall of
Cool.
Fame, and I got to meet Jesse, and I started crying, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "You're gonna just need to give me a minute." She's so humble.
She's still gorgeous too.
Oh,
I mean,
and I
Yeah.
was like, I tweeted, shooter tweeted at me. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen.
That's cool.
But she was so humble, and I'm like, but you're Jessie Coulter.
Yeah.
She's a legend.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. So,
What else can we do?
what else are we gonna do besides digress? Well, it's such a pleasure to. I've heard your songs over the years. I've never gotten to see you live before tonight. You played with Jamie Johnson the last few months, and I saw Jamie at Tumbleweed 2 weeks ago, but you weren't there. And then you played with Farrell Angelina, and I wasn't there. I kept missing you. We kept crossing airplanes in the sky, and tonight was
Well,
it.
we have definitely collided this evening.
We are colliding.
I mean,
Yes. I'm so glad.
Don't go there,
Yeah, that's not what he means.
as far as you know.
So, you're back on the road starting
Yeah.
tomorrow, back to Nashville for a while.
Yeah.
And are you still doing shows with Jamie?
We're going to do some more.
Okay.
There's nothing scheduled
Got
right
it.
now, but a lot of times I'll just kind of according to what else I'm doing.
Right.
I'll say, hey Jamie, how about me opening for you here and here, and it's been cool. I mean, he's when there's nobody, I mean sometimes he'll throw me a bone, and it's really awesome for me to jump in front of his crowd because I think we have a very similar obviously demographic, and
Right.
so we go there and we always we do pretty good in merch, and it's a lot of fun. Jamie and I have known each other for a long time, and we kind of got started in Nashville around the same time too, and so he and I have been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Not together, but
Right. In
collectively.
life, yes.
I mean, we can probably relate to a lot of things.
Yes.
Plus, both of us are sober now too. So
Yes, congratulations
and
on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I had to get in a little trouble to get there, but you know, it happens.
Yes.
So yeah, but you know, being sober, and you know, I can tell with Jamie that he's in a good headspace.
Yes.
And you know, and I am too. And it's kind of fun to get out there and be in the moment completely, and not be distracted by
Right.
anything that will take you out of it. So
Yes, a lot of my friends have gone through the eye of that needle and come out on the other side, and
we're all lucky to.
you're very
Because
lucky
I know
to
a few that don't
have
come out
it.
so good.
Yes,
You know?
yes,
I could name a few.
yes. Well, it's certainly my pleasure to finally get to see you live after all this time. Sorry it took so long.
It's a whole,
There
better,
will not
a
be
whole lot
this-
better than the alternative, right?
Right, a whole lot better. So, anyway, I'm Cheryl Swift. I'm the Duchess of Rock and Roll.
And I'm Ray, not so swift. I'm
That was my nickname in high school. No, everybody's gonna know. I'm Cheryl Not So Swift. This is Ray Not So Swift.
That's right.
Oh, Scott, whatever you want to
That
call
means
him.
I'm just not fast. I'm cool with that. Whatever.
Anyway, we're here tonight at the beautiful Chesterfield Auditorium and Amphitheater. Did I just say that wrong?
Amphitheater, but it's okay.
Okay, we're in
It's-
Chesterfield,
it's
Missouri.
It's God's auditorium.
It's God's Auditorium,
Yeah.
and we're out of here. And we wish you all peace, love, and rock and roll.
Yes.